Just went to go get my hair cut. My hair's not cut.
Clearly.
I am really good about not being late, and it makes me really anxious because I had a mom growing up who was late to everything. You know how it is.
Hey, I'm a hairstylist in Wisconsin. If you're more than 15 minutes late, I will also cancel your appointment. Mind you, she's a full-time streamer. She literally sets her own schedule. If you live in LA, you know, in quotes, ... exactly, and so do you. There's always traffic in LA. You need to plan accordingly.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. She's like, if you live in LA, you know about those stoplights. It's like, but why didn't you?
She has like 6,000 followers. Just blew up because she's so entitled. Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gaze. I'm Brad Polumbo here with Clarkson Lawson.
What's up, guys? Before we get started, I have no idea what we're talking about, but make sure you join as a member because we're going to be... I already forgot what we were doing.
Well, we're doing advice. We're doing voicemails. So you'll get 2 members-only videos in the week. And then on Sunday, we're going to react to entitled influencers.
Yeah.
And that will be like a rapid-fire round, but we're going to do a little bit, not a deep dive, but just focus on one influencer for this video who's going super viral after being late to a hair appointment. And then playing the victim.
Okay.
So we'll see. You can decide who's in the right and who's the wrong. But she was crying on camera for her first video. So obviously, and then she left a 1-star review. So I'll show you the video of her crying, which doesn't have a lot of context. But of course, it's a woman crying on TikTok. She has to be the victim.
They're going to eat that up.
Of course. And then we'll read the review. And then you can decide who's side guilty.
I'm on?
Yes. You're the only judge in Clarkistan. There's just one nominee on the Supreme Court.
That's what I should get a gavel.
You should get a gavel.
Yeah. I don't know what color it should be, but
all right, let's listen.
Just went to go get my hair cut. My hair's not cut.
Clearly.
And I will be writing a 1-star review for this place. Thank you very much. I love LA.
So I love my hair's not cut, like we didn't know.
Well, okay, it's clear that she's in the wrong considering she provided no context whatsoever.
That's a great sign.
I'm going to leave a 1-star review. Okay, why? Ends video.
She's a streamer, by the way, so she's a full-time content creator.
Okay.
And that will be relevant. So here we have her 1-star review. She even included a photo of herself
her crying
in the 1-star review.
Oh my God. I wish I could cry like this. I honestly do. But like, if you're crying over not getting your hair cut, because crying releases stress hormones. She's probably not stressed at all.
So true, King.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the 1-star review that she wrote. Let me make this bigger because damn, I got to squint. I had been really...
That's not what he said.
Oh. Okay then. 1-star review from Lisa. I had been really looking forward to my appointment with Madeline. I was coming from Van Nuys, and unfortunately, the universe threw every delay in my way.
The universe? Really?
I was late, but it was the universe.
Yeah.
I have that all the time.
Yes, I know. The universe really has it out for you,
This
babe.
is like when, our Christian audience is going to get mad.
Just
But this is like when
they're
like, Satan had a hold of me, or like when a guy cheats, it's like, oh, it was Satan who just had. It's like, no, it was you.
Yes, correct.
It was you.
They
you are Satan.
That's also what non-religious women do with like the universe or with karma or other things. Anyway,
that's why I put karma into my own hands.
It's not really karma.
Van
yes,
Nuys.
it is karma.
Oh, Van Nuys is how you say that
neighborhood? I don't know what
neighborhood?
you said.
I don't know what the that is. I don't live in LA. Anyway. I'm not usually late, and I was already anxious, so I called ahead of time and let her know that I'd be 10 minutes late, but that my ETA was potentially going up. I communicated clearly and got there as fast as I possibly could. I was informed of the 15-minute grace period and was told she had another client at 12:30. My appointment was at 11. The elevator for my parking garage didn't work, and so I ran through the mall out of breath and showed up to her chair a minute or 2 after the grace period had ended. She sat me down in her chair and told me she didn't think an hour and 15 was enough time to give me a haircut. My hair is shoulder
based
length.
off of that hair.
Ooh. Today was my only day off, and I told her I couldn't reschedule. Oftentimes, I've had to wait for other clients' hair to finish up, and I was taken aback that she was turning me away after all I did to arrive there on time. This is the key sentence. Her lack of empathy and humanity shocked me, and I left there sobbing after planning my whole day around this haircut I was so excited for. I will not be returning 1 star.
That's wild.
Lack of humanity is crazy.
Yeah, what about the humanity that you give to your barber considering she has another client?
Mhm.
What about the other client? Like, clearly you don't like waiting for
But she's happy to
you
make this other bitch who sit and wait 20
Yeah.
minutes because she couldn't be on time because of the universe.
because of the universe and the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
The elevator's what made you late. I mean, come on.
I mean, if there's a 15-minute grace period and you sit down in that chair 17 minutes after your appointment, you really don't have any right to be upset when you're told, sorry, we can't cut your hair. What, you want to rush and botch
I just
you?
don't understand why this is such a big deal. Like, you just move it to the next day. Like, literally, you planned your whole day around a haircut.
Also,
it was
what-
her only day off.
You're a streamer. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Why don't you just invite her onto your stream and then
Or just stream less one day.
I don't know. These are the types of like champagne problems that I wish I could care about.
I know. But she actually posted this thinking people would like
Be on her side.
feel bad for her.
Yeah.
And the internet did not, in fact,
Feel bad for her. Okay. Let's see.
But so she posted, after all the backlash, she did post a follow-up video. But first, wait, I want to read a few comments. Oh, wait, no, those comments we'll read after we watch the follow-up
Okay.
video. So let's watch that.
You normies are dirty. And here on Normal Gays, we don't want you to be dirty. So that's why this month, specifically for Pride Month, our sponsor is Telestrand. Now, Telestrand is a CLIA-certified molecular testing laboratory that can screen you for all different types of STDs easily without having to use a needle. Now, this is their 1-cup test. This is specifically what we want to promote on this channel because it's so easy to use. All you need to do is download their app, pee in a cup, and then they send you the shipping materials, and you send it to their laboratory, and then you know if you have AIDS or not. No, but seriously, it's not just HIV-related testing. It's also HPV and a bunch of other things that they detect in your urine. So you no longer have to use needles. You no longer have to wait in lines. And I know gays, you're getting tested every 3 months for your PrEP. You can use this test to get approved for your PrEP. The owner of the company of Telestrand does it himself. Now, if you want to order their 1-cup test and get it sent to your house, it's cost effective. All you need to do is download the app. The link is in the comments. Order this 1-cup test, and then you'll see your results in the app once they process it in their laboratory. Now, we don't judge on this channel. We do judge on this channel, but not for getting STD tested. So if you're a normie, make sure you're staying clean, specifically this Pride Month, and order a 1-cup test from Telestrand. All you have to do is pee in a cup in your house. There's no excuse anymore. All right, now back to the show.
Just went to go get my hair cut.
Hey, girl that was crying is back to give you a real explanation this time. I had this appointment booked about like a month in advance. If you live in LA, I'm sure you know it's not easy to find a hairdresser, and it's not necessarily something that you can just book a day of.
Yeah.
And, I thought I did my research. I thought I found a place that I was, gonna be really excited to go get my hair cut at. One second. The day of the appointment comes around, and I get in my car, I put in the place, and it says 11:04 is my ETA. My appointment was at 11.
Okay, so you planned
But I know that
poorly.
it's rude to be late, even if it's like just a little bit. And I am really good about not being late, and it makes me really anxious because I had a mom growing up who was late
Clearly
to
not.
everything. You know how it is. And so I call, and she
And it
doesn't answer.
got passed down.
And she calls me back once I'm on the highway. But before I get on the highway, if you live in LA, there's this stupid series of lights to get on the highway, and essentially I was stuck at the light for 5 light cycles. I'm not even kidding. And I did not move maybe a car's length. And my ETA went up to 11:10. And like, what the am I going to do in that situation? And so she calls me back. My ETA still
Leave
says
earlier?
11:10. And, I tell her I'm doing my best to get there on time, and that, I'm afraid that the ETA might go up a little bit more because the traffic was like really bad. Anyways, she's like, well, we have the 15-minute grace period, and I have another client at 12:30, and she's just like explaining it to me. And then she says that they're in a mall. And I didn't know they were in a mall. And so, of course, now
Wait a
that means I
second,
have
pause. Didn't she say a minute ago, I did my research, but
Yeah,
also now I
she
didn't-
also said that she knows if you live in LA, you know about the traffic and blah, blah, blah. So you just admitted you planned poorly
Yeah, correct.
because you just admitted you knew.
And I did all my research about this place, but I didn't know it was in a mall. Babe, it's not adding up.
Also, it's like you've never been there, so you're a new client. Why would you expect this hairdresser to break policy for you if you have no rapport with them?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're
And
just
why
a
wouldn't
brand
you
new
arrive a
client.
little early for your first ever
Correct,
appointment somewhere?
yeah.
Crazy take, I know.
So there's no explanation so far. In this
Sorry,
video.
babe, that you're going to feel attacked by this episode,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
if the shoe fits,
now that means I have to park my car in a parking garage and like haul ass glass across the mall. So that makes it even worse. I'm nervous. But we hang up the call and she's like, just make it here within the 15-minute grace period. And I'm like, you know what? I think I can do that, right? And so I get there. I park my car at 11:12 and I park my car in the parking garage. I run in heels. And I'm sick, okay?
Once again.
Wait.
Once again, poor planning. She chose to wear heels.
And who set that system up?
Yeah. And
Like,
you're sick? Okay, who cares? That has nothing to do with this.
Wait, actually, why are you?
If this was a court of law, irrelevant.
Objection, Your Honor.
The evidence.
Irrelevant.
What's it called when they dismiss evidence?
Objection.
No. There's like when like you submit evidence and then it gets like rejected. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't know. You guys comment below if you know what I'm talking about. There's a term for it.
Okay.
But anyways, all of this is entirely irrelevant to the.
But also, it like reflects on you even worse. So wait, you were sick and you were going to go to your appointment anyway and possibly get this hairstylist.
Oh yeah,
sick.
that's not very COVID conscious of you, Miss
I'm
Bob.
calling Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah.
Who's mad at me, by the way.
Oh, she's mad at you?
She's
Nah.
saying I took her out of context by quoting her to her.
Well.
But what was the first thing she said? Oh, in heels, by the way. It's like, okay, I don't know. It's like you chose
can't
to
run
wear
in
heels.
You should have. I mean, I can run in heels.
I don't typically run. Why would you? Well, I was supposed to say I don't.
I don't typically run in
errands
heels.
in heels.
Oh,
but
Brad just wears them at home in his fursuit.
Oh.
With a little skirt.
My
on
fursuit's
the-
actually in drag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you never done drag?
No. I would do it. I wouldn't want to do it, but I
think
do it
we
for
should
enough
do an
members.
episode where we hire a drag queen to come put us in drag.
Yeah, but how many members do we have to get for that?
None. I would do it for free.
All right, I would not.
It's so fun.
Have you've
I'll
done it
queen
before?
out. Yeah.
Clarkette will make an appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's keep going here with Miss Thing.
And the elevator out of the parking garage doesn't work. I stand there for what feels like 2 minutes, and I'm like, this. And so then I just run across the parking garage, and I call her again when I get out into the mall. It's a stupid outdoor mall with businesses all over the place, ups and downs, turns, and everything. And I'm on the phone with her, like, trying to figure out where she is. So I literally have the timestamps, by the way, okay? And I end up running into there right at 11:15, and she pokes her head out and, like, says, like, Lisa? And I'm like, yeah. And so I swear to God, at the latest, it was 11:16 that I was in her chair. At the very latest, okay? Not that
Clearly
matters,
very
you would think,
trustworthy
but it
when it
does.
comes to time.
And so she sits me down in her chair, offers me water, brushes my hair, asks me what I want. I show her the inspo picture. The vibes are like, and like, just not great customer service, right? And then she's like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I can cut your hair in an hour 15. And then she says that, like, she doesn't want to rush it and, like, do a bad job, which is fair. And then she's like, and that's not fair to my other client at 12:30. And so she says,
True.
I'm going to have you come back tomorrow. And my head's down at this point because I know that she's not going to do my hair. Like, I'm getting upset. And so I'm just looking down at my lap like this because I don't want her to see me getting upset. And then she asks, like, oh, are you free tomorrow? And I say no. And then she asks, like, what about any other day this week? Like, weekend, because it was Wednesday. And I said to
very
her, today is
accommodating.
my only day off, because it was my only day off. And so I say,
You're a
okay,
streamer.
thank you. And I get up and leave, and she doesn't say anything else, and I just immediately start crying because I haven't gotten a professional haircut in over a year, and I just really needed
Kim,
this haircut.
people are dying.
And then I left a review, and they responded and then deleted it. And they said that I showed up at 11:20, which is not true because I texted my friend at 11:20 after I had been essentially kicked out and said, I'm not getting my haircut, I'm crying. Like, I texted them at 11:20 and said, like, I'm not getting my haircut. So that's the story. And that hair salon, I think that lady needs to work on her customer service. And also, like, I would have tipped her amazingly. I understand that I should have been better about my time management and I could have been there earlier. And you know what? That would have reflected in my tip. And so she didn't get my money, and I'm glad at the end of the day that I didn't get my hair cut by her. But yeah, you ruined my day off, and I wish I didn't let you, but you did. So you, Strand of Soul in Pasadena. Weird as you deleted the response to my review too. You're weird.
This is like when Demi Lovato didn't get the ice cream she wanted. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, during like it was like COVID era where she was talking about how she like went
when
in
she was
somewhere.
non-binary.
Yeah, and she's like, and I didn't get the ice cream I wanted. Editor, you know what I'm talking about. Put it
Insert
in.
it.
Froyo was something that I would go to because it was low in calorie and it just felt safe to me. I know that people struggle with Froyo, with eating disorders. So that's why I'm super sensitive when I walk into a Froyo place and I see diet stuff. Like, I'm gonna be protective. I also am standing up for anyone who struggles in LA. Like, this You know what? The whole country. It. Like, this is a hard thing to live with on a daily basis. I left that yogurt store and didn't get the yogurt that I wanted. And then I had a hard time the rest of the weekend. To be totally transparent.
Or ask us.
This is the most California, like, Valley Girl type of situation where she's like so upset over it and you're just so clearly in the wrong.
And it's also not that deep.
Also, like, you probably showed her a haircut that would take longer than
That's
she
the thing.
expected.
She tried to fit you in anyway.
Yeah, and then she
realized
saw the
couldn't.
haircut that she wanted and your hair and was like, this is going to take some more time. And then that's what happened.
But what's interesting, too, is notice how at the beginning she says it's really hard to book with a hairdresser in LA. Yet she offered you times the next day or the rest of the week. And you decided that, oh, it's my only day off from being a streamer. If that's not flexible.
If I was a streamer and I couldn't find a hairdresser, what I would do, I mean, I don't know how successful she is. I would be like, hey, come cut my hair on stream. It's good for your business. And then you can come to me while I'm working. Bing, boom, done. But she doesn't really
But
seem
like her
a problem
naming
solver.
and shaming the company, her saying she needs to work on her customer service. Also, if this ruins your day, that's a you problem. Like if you are so fragile that something so minor in the grand scheme of things
is going to make you cry.
Off.
And she said, I can't cut your hair. And then you started crying in public. Like, she needs to be on medication. That's like way too fragile to operate in.
Padded room territory.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shit happens. Like, you just roll with it.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world.
Sometimes it's your fault. Sometimes things are out of your control. But like, why are you upset over it?
And just like all these things she's saying are not her fault. And then she's saying it was 11:16, not 11:20. One, I don't really believe her. But even if it was, it doesn't matter. It's like they feel so entitled. They take no accountability.
The thing is where she's thinking, oh, well, I got there at the grace period. You still showed up 15 minutes late.
The grace period is a maximum.
Yeah. And then you show her the haircut and she realizes, oh, we needed the full. So it's not going to work. Like, it's still your fault. You were late.
Absolutely. So I want to read you a couple comments because this did not go well for her. Thanks for the explanation. ... You're still wrong. Hey, I'm a hairstylist in Wisconsin. If you're more than 15 minutes late, I will also cancel your appointment. 17,000 likes.
Good.
The internet is healing.
Finally, there's one like thing where the internet's on the right side.
But I think it's also because it's like a white woman. And I think people are like sick of the white woman tears.
Yeah. Probably. And it's against it like, well, I mean, they're service workers.
Yeah.
Hairstylists are paid fairly well though, but still like you get that, like you have a lot of empathy for people who work in customer service.
You're so serious. And that's actually the scariest part.
It is. She's dead that she thinks that this hairstylist is wrong.
She really thinks she was wronged. This is an issue. She made multiple videos about this. And it's like, girl, people are starving.
Yeah, if it was a bit, I would say this is funny, but it's not a bit at all. No.
So next, my only day off. Mind you, she's a full-time streamer. She literally sets her own schedule. If you live in LA, you know, in quotes, ... exactly. And so do you. There's always traffic in LA. You need to plan accordingly.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. She's like, if you live in LA, you know about those stoplights. It's like, but why didn't you?
As a hairstylist who did listen to the entire story, I'm still waiting to hear the part where the stylist was at fault here.
Correct.
Lateness aside, showing up to an appointment sick is so inconsiderate and not okay.
Nah. Depends on how sick.
If you're like contagious sick, not great.
Yeah.
11:16 is still 15 minutes late. Hope this helps.
Correct.
I just love how all
these are all the things we've just said.
All the hate comments get like way more likes than the original video.
Post.
Yeah. But so I just thought this was funny because this is like a recurring genre, and I saved a bunch of quick hits ones we're going to react to for members. Become a channel member now. For our weekend video. But it's like there really is an epidemic of these wannabe influencers as well. It's always
that are extremely entitled.
It's always the ones with much smaller platforms who have the entitlement, which is remarkable.
Because in order to have a big platform, you kind of have to know how you're going to be perceived, and like these people that want to be influencers clearly just don't know how.
Because this has like, at least on TikTok, I don't know how big she is as a streamer. At least on TikTok, she has like 6,000 followers.
That's it?
She's a nobody on TikTok. This just blew up because she's so entitled.
Good God. Yeah, I would say that influencers get a bad rep because of the people who want to be influencers.
The wannabe influencers are the most diabolical.
Because they want to be influencers for the social clout that it gives them, not because they have any sort of expertise or creative ability to like, I don't know. The whole thing about being an influencer, even if you're just like an Alex Earl, is that you have the ability to make yourself relatable to the general public. And the people who want to be influencers want what comes with that, but they forget that you have to be relatable and
they are
likable,
not.
And you guys are not doing that.
No. Well, we're going to read some hate comments from Twitter instead of members only comments. We are reading more members only comments. Or
You guys need
comments.
to comment more.
Send us questions, comments, whatever, after you become a channel member, and then we'll read them. But for this one, we're going to read hate comments from our Twitter account for the Normal Gays podcast, which y'all should go follow as well.
First one is losers picking low-hanging fruit for content.
Valid.
Clocked.
Valid.
You got us.
But we also have what? Because I said that earlier.
Look at you, Clarkson.
Well, the thing is like we're making over $100,000 doing that, so I'm just gonna say yes.
But also, it's like,
but I wouldn't call us losers. But we're definitely picking low hanging fruit.
But what's so bad about that, right? It's for entertainment.
It needs
purposes.
to be picked so the other fruit can survive.
It's called pruning.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah,
pruning?
sure.
Yeah, we're pruning.
We have two doctors behind the camera who are. I thought pruning was when you get in the pool and your hands start to.
Oh, that's
it has
different.
more than one meaning.
But also
is a fruit.
I love that we got this comment on Twitter as if that's typically such a bastion for intellectual, nuanced content,
Correct.
right? It's like,
I mean, listen, we both try to provide like good content that people learn from, but nobody watches it.
And then we do
his views are down, my views are down, so we've got to talk about the non-binaries and whatever this is because that's the only thing y'all and Lily Tino because the only thing y'all fucking watch.
Actually,
it's been a while.
My
Lily
rent
Tino.
is due, so we should do another Lily
We
Tino
need to
video.
do a Lily Tino video because the channel's been struggling.
All right.
Okay, the next one, the editor is gonna have to throw Brad's picture on the screen. It says always the most goofy looking guy on the internet. I don't know. I think you look pretty hot in this picture. You got a little chisel going on, and
I'll let you respond.
there's
to that.
definitely worse pictures of you.
I make goofy faces, but that's not a particularly egregious
It's just
one.
kind of like a.
Okay.
At least it wasn't me. Sorry, I had to.
The next one is this is from Colorado Twunk number 4.
Okay.
Oh, there's multiple.
This is the equivalent of bullying the adopted kid. Misgendering someone on purpose is the new way of saying get some real parents.
What?
That sounds oddly personal.
Those are not the same thing.
That is not the same thing at all. And who are we misgendering?
Probably a creep. Probably like Lily Tino
it
or
was
something.
Lily, because I don't misgender.
I was going to say, yeah.
I do. So it was
Brad
probably
does.
me.
It was probably
but
Brad.
I only do when it's like a creep or a weirdo.
Yeah, but like
you don't misgender like
an actual normal person.
No, like I'll misgender a non-binary.
Well, that's not a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Maybe
I don't
that's
actually,
what
I
he's
don't
talking
misgender
about.
actual trans people.
But
So
the idea that not using someone's pronouns is the same as bullying an adopted kid.
it's not the same
Also,
thing.
does anyone? Maybe I'm going to sound ignorant here because if you're an adoptee, let me know. Do people really bully you for being adopted and say get some real parents?
I think that was something that used to happen a lot.
I was like, that doesn't sound like something.
when like people would get bullied for like having a bastard child. That sounds like something
What are we? Yeah, but like
that's like when cultural norms were different. But I don't think anybody really bullies for that. I
mean,
don't know.
that would
Maybe
be
they do.
very f***ed up, but it's not
Maybe
the same.
if like you're fighting with somebody and it's like a low hanging fruit.
You're fat. Well, you're adopted.
I mean,
What?
I could see myself saying that, but like not in like a.
Oh.
Not in a. But if somebody like
Well,
was really
I mean,
mean
we
to
are
me,
losers picking low hanging fruit.
if somebody was
so-
really mean to me, I would maybe do that.
Okay, the next one is if you guys weren't so self-loathing, this would read a lot better. But
Do
the
I look self-loathing?
But the
Do I sound-
self-hatred makes this yet another projection to something else. The huffing and puffing you do in every video is literally laughing at yourself in the mirror, and it's blatant.
So wait, so we're self-loathing and we hate ourselves, but we also just laugh at ourselves in the mirror because we
Wait,
find
'cause
ourselves
we like
so
ourselves.
funny.
Math's not mathing.
I would say there's a lot you can pick apart, but to call me self-hating is,
yeah, no.
I don't know, that comeback. You got to come at us with a little bit of truth.
I say this all the time, but I really do deserve smarter haters. Wait.
Haters?
Yeah, well, let me re-say that. What?
No, keep it in.
No, cut
keep
that
it in.
I really do deserve smarter haters.
I like having like dumb haters. I don't really care about my haters' intellect. I just like make sure I still have them.
This one is, I think, about you.
Oh God.
There are a
crash out.
couple about you,
Okay.
unfortunately.
All right. Here we go. What is it?
Not a Lily fan, but I wouldn't be saying normal anything with all that filler in your face.
Oh.
I don't have any filler.
I know, but they
think
always
you
say
do.
that about you, that you have filler.
Well, that's fine. Why? Because my lips are so good that it looks like they have filler in them? This is a compliment. Thank you.
This is another one.
Colorado Twunk number 4
is a little obsessed, so that's why I read his name. Normal gays don't profit from talking shit. You're both depressed sub-bottoms and completely abnormal.
Depressed sub-bottom, yes. Abnormal, yes. That's like the joke of the whole show.
That's the joke at this point. But can we talk about
the gays not making money talking shit? Have you ever watched RuPaul's Drag Race?
A lot of them do it for free.
Yeah.
Sure, but
no, that's literally like the whole persona of a gay.
Normal gays don't profit from talking shit.
You read a correct.
You're dumb. Like what?
Also,
you must be poor. Like what? So you talk for free?
Rejection.
We talk for money. That's
yeah. And what about it?
Wait, the sub-bottom thing, yeah.
Normal gays
that's
don't
a negative for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is with your bottom phobia?
That's really pretty nasty.
I think you need to go and examine that. Mm-hmm. Sounds very heteronormative to me.
The next one is, I've had hemorrhoids more stimulating than you two.
Oh, work that out with your doctor. Doctors, is that normal?
Can a hemorrhoid stimulate your prostate?
Oh, well, certainly not that.
What if you push it in?
Oh, God.
Enormous hemorrhoid.
Okay. I've never had a hemorrhoid.
What's going on?
I don't know what hemorrhoids. I've never had one.
I don't really know what it is.
I just heard they're like a little bump on your butt, right? In your penis?
Anus.
So what does that mean?
Wait, so this guy's saying he gets stimulated by his hemorrhoids in his anus, and we're the weird ones. Okay.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of a creative read, and I like it.
Okay, here's another read for Clarkson. I'm always hung up on Clarkson looking so botched.
I really don't.
I don't think I look botched.
No,
I would tell you if you looked botched.
I did look botched when I first was healing from the surgery.
Swollen.
Yeah, but the problem is I lacked the ability to think I looked botched. So I really thought I thought I was snatched while we were recording, and now I look back on it and I looked atrocious. And everybody was like, "Oh, he looks so bad," and I'm like, "Wow, they're just haters who are jealous of the fact that I could get plastic surgery and they can't."
Self-loathing at all.
No, I literally have such a big ego that I had no idea that I looked like Frankenstein. But
I liked the episode we did where you had the head bandages still. I really did not give you a break.
No, he didn't. He was
like,
using my ugly looks to. Well, our views were up back then, so
I was for a while. I was putting it in the thumbnail. You with that?
It's still there.
What do you mean?
With my big ass Lego face.
No, I don't put it in the thumbnails anymore.
No, I know, but they're still on the channel.
Oh, sure.
So when people scroll back, they're like, "Who the is that?"
I don't think they think it's a different person.
This one is, I don't know if I can read this. Okay. You are literally pro-trans. Stop acting above gender ideology. Clarkson, you have the worst filler face I've ever seen, and you act like an unfunny Regina George as an almost 30-year-old gay man. I can't wait for your gaping to collapse, so you bitches will shut up.
Oh my God.
If my gaping hole collapses, I will not shut up about it. I will be telling everyone. Regina George wasn't really known for her comedy. So
yeah. And are you almost 30? I'm almost 30.
I'm 28, yeah.
Yeah, we're
so
old.
he kind of ate with that.
We're busted.
What was the first part of the comment? Oh, filler face.
He's saying, that
you
we're
guys are pro-trans.
So this is from a right wing. Well, the right wing people on Twitter really hate me.
Well,
like the right wing gays, they really do.
Apparently, everybody hates you.
Yeah. What can I say?
That's okay. What's the name of that person?
This is FKA Kanye West.
Oh.
I
thought it would be like one of the conservative gays that routinely leave under my.
Like one of your exes?
Who? Oh. We didn't fully date.
Should we edit that out?
Just blurb the name.
Okay, I bet he's a hate watcher.
Well, that's all of them.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I like that hate comments was the best part of that episode.
Honestly, yeah, the rest was
boring. We need to post more on Twitter so we get more hate comments.
I know.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Do become a channel member if you haven't yet, and we'll be back with more real soon.